Hello, my name is Ian Welldale and I'm a retired British expat and Managing Director of Living the Retirement Dream here in Chiang Rai, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're going to be discussing, is it a good idea to leave the West and its culture behind and move to different climes which may be better or may be worse? I thought of making this video after reading an article in The Beano, that is thebeano.com, which was entitled Lord Snooty and Dennis the Menace Go to Pattaya and Get Wasted.
Right, just a little bit of fun to start off with. In the very unlikely event that Benjamin Hart is watching this video, just a bit of a laugh, man, don't get upset. They say that copying someone is the height of flattery. And I know you're a lawyer, so don't sue me, please. Okay, and I'm now being bothered by a fly. There's no getting away from it here in Thailand. Oh, dear me. You get out of my bloody ear. Go away. Right, those of you who are long-term subscribers will be aware that I changed the name of the channel about 2 months ago. A couple of reasons really. One was just to remove any connection to Thailand on the book cover, if you like, just in case it caused a problem with immigration. There were some videos about suggesting that retired people who aren't allowed to work might fall foul of the law with regard to making YouTube videos. Even though this channel isn't monetized, it never will be, and I just do it for a bit of fun for myself and hopefully for a bit of enjoyment for the people who are watching. But now that seems to have died down now. And the second reason was that I want to broaden the scope of the videos in this channel, which have been mainly jumping on the bike or sometimes in the car, going off to somewhere beautiful, scenic, and making some video and taking photographs thereof. And I know some of you like that, but so do I, in fact. And I want to try and mix it up a bit more. Makes it a bit more interesting for me and hopefully for you as well. So anyway, recently I've noticed an upsurge, an uptrickle of videos about escaping from the West and going to live somewhere else for a better standard of living and quality of life. And again, as regulars will know, I've been here for quite some time now. I left the UK in February 2017 and I've been in Thailand ever since. 5 years in Chiang Mai and 2.5 years now in Chiang Rai. I'd love to know, and if you could use the comments below, how people feel at the moment, who's happy, who isn't, who wants to change their lot. So people who are still living in the West, UK, America, Europe, etc. Are you happy with what's going on in the world at the moment, or in your particular area of the world? Have you had any thoughts about relocating elsewhere? And people who have made the jump, whether it be to Thailand or any other country for that matter, but somewhere with a different culture, do they think they've made the right choice? Or Are they regretting it? So a brief history. As I said, I left the beginning of 2017. My financial situation changed for the better in 2016, and I decided a long time before that I had enough of living in London, but I was kind of stuck there. But as I had no family responsibilities to speak of, my kids had grown up, my parents had both passed away. The world was my lobster, as Del Boy would say. My initial thought was I was going to move back up to Yorkshire, buy 2 or 3 properties, live in one, rent the others. And having said that, my long-term goal for a long time has been to retire to Thailand. So in 2016 I was 61, so I had 5 years to wait for my pension. But anyhow, I sat down and had a think, and I thought, well, the cost of living in Chiang Mai is about a third of what it is living in England. So why the hell don't I just go there now? I've got enough to live on. Hopefully my investments will pay enough so that my net worth doesn't really go down much before I start my pension. So in the end, that's what I did. Packed my 25 kilograms of luggage, jumped on a one-way plane, got here, sorted my visas out, bank accounts, that sort of thing, and I've been here ever since. And without doubt, it's one of the best things I've ever done in my life. But having said that, I know it wouldn't be for everybody. The culture here is very, very different to that in the West. And having said that, the culture in the more westernised parts of Thailand, which basically is the tourist areas and Bangkok, are very different to the culture out in the countryside, because nothing has changed much out here for quite a long time. And that's why I choose to live out in the sticks, or out in the bundus, as one of my fellow vloggers calls it, because here there's a distinct lack of materialism. I saw a quote a few years ago, I think it was on Facebook, that people should love people and use things. But the way the world has now gone is people love things and use people. And I think in the Western culture and places that have been affected by the Western culture, that's very much the case these days. Where I live, a lot of people don't have much, but they're happy. People live from day to day here. They don't plan a week ahead, a month ahead. Planning goes as far as what am I having for dinner later today. And as a Westerner, that takes a bit of getting used to, but I certainly love it that way now. I don't live my life by the clock. I don't have lunch because it's 12 o'clock. I don't go to bed because it's 10 o'clock. I have lunch when I'm hungry and I go to bed when I'm tired. But as I say, again, that's not for everybody. I do find it a little strange that, and this is something I notice with people immigrating into the UK, that they come from a place they're unhappy living in, or has been ruined, wrecked or whatever, then they come to another country, find where all their fellow nationals have set up, and they all seem to take over one district, one area, and recreate the country that they've left because it was awful. And I've never worked that out, and to a certain extent you get a similar thing here, that you will get people of a certain nationality, they tend to congregate in certain areas and build a little Britain or a little Russia or a little anywhere, and try and live the same life as they had back home. I always found that odd. To me, if you move into another country, you embrace the culture and try and fit in with the culture as it stands, not change it or make your own little area with your own little culture. So how many people out there have had the blinding flash of knowledge and realised what is going on in the West, in the developed world? I think it's pretty obvious now that people in government are in it for themselves and not for the people who voted for them. Because again, to me it's obvious, I don't know whether it is to you, that governments are not running the countries. Central banks are running the countries and dictating policy. So if you look at something to show that, let's take Rishi Sunak, who until recently was the Prime Minister of the UK, and look at his situation. The guy is a multi-millionaire. His family are multi-billionaires. So why would he take on a job that is stressful, hard work, for, I don't know exactly what the salary is, I think it's a little bit north of 100,000 a year, when he's got all that wealth already and doesn't really need to do a day's work because he's deriving an income from his assets, as the real people of wealth do. And you can only think he's there to enact policies for the benefit of the rich or the people with influence. And I think if you look around most countries, the picture's pretty much the same. I think you get the odd standout like Viktor Orban in Hungary, who does actually seem to care about the people who voted for him, the people he rules over. But people like that are few and far between. Maybe the guy in Argentina, I don't know, that one we're waiting to see really. So, is there anybody watching this video is thinking of quitting the West and going somewhere else? Please let me know in the comments below. It's my intention to do some more videos on this subject area, but I'm not going to do any more today. Otherwise it's going to make the video too long and you're going to be switching off, getting bored. So let me know in the comments if you'd like me to make some more videos like this, and if you have any questions, fire away. Please give the video a thumbs up if you wouldn't mind. That will help YouTube promote it a bit more. And thanks very much for watching, and hope to see you again soon. Cheerio.